Hey everybody, welcome back to Tip of the Hats 2017. My name is Lang. Joining me on the couch here we have Gidawale, Mala, and Jeff, the president of Camp One Step. But we also have one very special guest we would like to introduce. None other than production difficulties. Production difficulties has been here with us since the beginning.
Say his name at least.
We do have production difficulties. We thought we'd bring him back. He's been such a big part of the show since the beginning.
We've had production difficulties with us since day one. Yeah.
Some would argue that he's never left. But while we're working on that, we can say we have Jeff here, president of Camp One Step. Jeff, how you doing?
I am doing well.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out. We're all the way out in California this time, down here in Santa Ana. Normally we do the show in Chicago, where Camp One Step is headquartered. It's where I live as well. Unless we're working with a local charity. But tell us a little bit about what's going on with the camp. What's new?
Absolutely, I'll do that. But first of all, I want to thank everybody at the Tip of the Hats community. You guys have been amazing over the years. Everybody here has been terrific. What the work, the ethic that goes into it makes it just a special thing to be here. That's why I can't come out, because I couldn't miss it. But everybody on that's tuning in and looking at what we're doing is you make a positive difference every time. Camp One Step's about, let kids that are going through a tough time not forget that they're kids, and that's what we're all here for. Don't let cancer define you. Let cancer just be a bump on the road. Let cancer be an opportunity that says that you're going to get through this, but we're going to get through it together.
Speaking of getting through it together, I think we're about to get through these production difficulties
Very
together.
good.
We're all
That's
in this.
good.
So let's try again. Do we have our very special guest with us?
Hello?
Hello!
Hey.
We have
Does that
Sean
mean-
Bud! Sean, how you doing?
He's on the TV.
Good.
Sean, you're on TV. How does it feel?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Go back meeting.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, Sean, give us the quick Sean update. What's going on?
Nothing much. I just didn't want to go this year. Not a lot. It's been pretty cozy. Wake up in my own bed.
You
and,
can't keep
pet
up
the
with
puppy
your
between
PUBG nightlies
segments
if you're
and-
here,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so we're just talking about
I
the.
haven't.
Yeah, go for it.
I will do the update.
Yes.
Seriously here. The reason I'm not there this year, my wife was actually. We're expecting our first baby. My wife was due 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And any day now, we're just
Yeah.
kind of waiting on stuff to start, and she's getting anxious and pissed off and excited. And people keep texting her, "Hey, are you in labor yet?" She's like, "No."
That's exactly how she sounds. It's
Soon
remarkable.
enough. Yep, that was my Carol impression.
That's exciting. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yay, congrats.
Yeah. Congratulations. Twitch chat's probably loving it too.
Yeah, it's awesome, Sean.
Congrats.
We're all super happy and super excited for both
Yeah.
you and Carol.
Yeah.
And speaking of being happy and excited, of course, we're happy and excited to be here again, focusing on this charity, focusing on this cause. So, I think it'd be a good time just to talk about sort of the camp and our experiences with it. I mean, my experiences haven't changed since the last time I talked about the camp. I've only been able to do the camps in 2014. Haven't been able to make it out to a new one since then. But Lauren, you've done a grip of camps at this point, like 5 or
Yeah.
6, we think.
Yeah, I've done, I think, 2 winter camps and 3 summer camps.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love going. The kids are so much fun. They all see each other year after year. It's like one big family.
Yeah, and you go as medical staff, correct? Yeah.
Yep, I'm a nurse, so I go as medical staff. I help package all of the kids' meds for the entire week, hand them out at every single meal. We take the meds with us everywhere we go, and we
Yep.
take med staff with us everywhere we go. So the kids, if they have, a minor injury, or if they just need an extra medicine or whatever, they just go up to the nurse that's right next to them instead of having to go all the way to the medical facility and, miss out on their fun activity. We have so many med staff there so that the kids can just say, hey, I need my medicine. Okay, back to the activity. They don't need
Yeah.
to leave. They don't need to miss out on anything. And we make it pretty seamless for them.
Yeah, we've talked about that before as well, just like the real focus and attention of maximizing the fun time.
Yep.
Camp is a highly optimized fun time experience, and they've really streamlined all the variables there to make that as smooth as possible.
Maybe there's a segue there, though, if I may
Yes.
interject, because we talked about the new medical facility, and that's
Yes.
maybe something that Jeff can mention or talk about. And
That's a great segue.
new things since last year.
awesome.
He's a pro.
Well
So we
done.
have
Yeah. Well done. We're pleased to announce last year what you guys did for us is that we have a new building that's being built next summer. And it's going to have a medical facility inside of it that gives us an opportunity to treat the kids when they need to come to the facility. But as Lauren was saying, we're trying to keep everybody in the programs. But the great thing is that part of that building in the elevator space and which we haven't had before is going to be named after the Tip of the Hats community. So everybody,
exciting.
thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
So cool.
What you've done is allowed us to do this, and I might not sound, hey, it's an elevator. What's that all about?
Right.
But the medical team now has permanent storage in that building. They can get things up and down. They can do a lot of things that the kids are going to need on time. So you guys have made that happen, and we're really excited about it, and it's going to give the medical team something that they haven't had for a while. So we're very, very excited about that. So thank you and everybody out there, because the difference that you've made is quite significant. So thank you. And a great job teeing that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just the easy home runs coming at you.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think two things that we can talk about. You can give us maybe a quick update summary, just how this most recent summer camp was, and then after that, talk about the Dude Ranch program that's coming up.
Absolutely. So summer camp this year has been great. I mean, we had more kids this year than last year, and every year we're growing. We're growing about 10% a year, and unfortunately, there's more kids with cancer, but fortunately, we are doing what we're doing, right? Lauren mentioned that she helps with the medical. That's all volunteer. We have over 400 volunteers that support us every year, and we couldn't do it without them. So it's amazing. But we have summer camp was great. We had over 260 kids there, and when I say 260, those are people that stay a couple weeks. But it's more kids than we had the year before, and that's what we're out to do, is get the kids at the right time when they need us. Tomorrow kicks off our Dude Ranch program, where they go out to Mauston, Wisconsin, and actually on our Dude Ranch.
Yeah.
And they get to do things like ride out to the and have breakfast every morning on horses. And it's the horse therapy and the kids with animals. It really helps them understand what else they can do, and they give back when we're dealing with the animals. So excited about that. And I think I mentioned it before. We have 11 different programs, and after Dude Ranch comes winter camp. After winter camp comes Utah skiing. So we go to Park City, Utah, and kids go skiing, and they go. You see amputees going down double diamonds because they're able to ski, and it's amazing, And the whole premise behind what we do is to give kids an opportunity to say, you can, not you can't. And when cancer comes around, it's almost like you can't. And we say, nope, that's not going to happen here. And what we do is you believe, and you do, and you achieve, right? And so that's what we do. And what you are able to allow us to do is do more of that. So thank you.
I said it last year. It sounds like the kids get to do cooler stuff than I do in my life. Way more interesting than my life, which is great. It's
Play
fantastic.
video games here in Nebraska. I've never been to Dude Ranch.
Go to Lincoln.
Over in the Nebraska land.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sean got a little more excited there. That's good, Sean. We appreciate that. Yeah.
You mentioned the winter camp, and one of the things. So I've been to one winter camp. Lauren, you've been to two. Just the focus on accessibility is really fascinating and impressive and awesome to see. I went as a photographer, and it's really amazing how much work goes into making sure, every kid here, if they want to, can get on those hills and go down them fast.
Right.
They're going to have a good time if they so choose.
The good thing, whether winter camp or Utah, is we have a National Ability Center in Utah, but we also have people that work with us that from there at winter camp in Lake Geneva. Is that if a person's in a wheelchair, they can get what they call a sit ski, so they can sit actually and ski down a mountain. And these people that do it for us, they have these ties and these ropes, and they kind of maneuver them down the hills, and so they get the enjoyment of skiing, even though they thought they never would be able to do that again. And when I said amputees skiing down double diamonds, they do, and they're tethered, and they do this. It's amazing. So yes, we are all about inclusion, not exclusion, right? And that's what happens.
Yeah, and that really shows. The focus on accessibility and inclusion is so apparent at the camps, and it's a really, really just nice, awesome thing to see, and it just shows what a focus that these camps and these programs have.
Yeah, and the key is people talk about when kids come, when they're first diagnosed, they're different, right? Because whether it could be how they start walking a little slower, they can't play sports, and I was at an event last night, and one of the moms was talking about her son that he when he was first diagnosed and going through treatment, he would look out the window and see his friends playing in the streets where he couldn't do it anymore. And when he came to camp, he saw that there were other kids like that, so he didn't feel different anymore. And that's what it's all about. You're not different, and everybody is the same, and everybody's doing this at one. And as we talked about, we say forward together because we do that forward together.
Yeah.
So It's really I can talk about camp all day long, but everybody doesn't want to do that, and they don't want me to do that because they want to get on to bigger and other things. So yeah, but it's great. But again, people like Lauren that dedicate their time, and yourself that have come to camp, and that's what makes it happen.
Yeah. Sean, do you maybe want to talk about this is our 5th show, which is a huge milestone, and we've been with Camp One Step the whole time. Maybe you want to talk about just some of the things from your perspective, our history with the charity and where things are going.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. The first year we were kind of crowdsourcing a lot of our suggestions and ideas, and it came from a forum post on Team Fortress TV. There's this charity that I work for. They're really cool. Fundraise for them. And so I was trying to get a hold of Jeff, like, hey Jeff, set up a PayPal for me. didn't get set up in time. So it was my PayPal the first year, and then just one big donation to Jeff. And it was kind of, ever since then though, it's been really cool. Like every year working closer and closer with them. And especially last year, it was awesome getting, such a crazy awesome venue on like Michigan Avenue. But this year I think the esports arena kind of fits our needs a little better, and it's I'm glad you were able to at least come out, Jeff, and visit and see the show and stuff, and be on the show again. And again, we really appreciate your support every year with finding like hotels and stuff like that. Like I said, it's just really cool how closely we work together on our fundraiser. It's not like, I don't feel like it's something we do for you guys anymore necessarily. I feel like you guys are pulling as many strings as we are behind the scenes.
It's a partnership.
It is. Yeah, it's one team, and it's kind of, when you talk about aligning with what we do, it is that thing of working together, and no one's going to take on more than anybody else. Believe me, you guys take on a lot when you do this. So trust me, I'm not trying to steal that, but it's like we are in this together as one team.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what that one in our Camp One Step stands for. So we wouldn't do it any other way.
Yeah, and this year's nice because our team got a little bit bigger. We have some new people joining us for the first time. We also have ESA helping us out. Their staff have been super friendly and accommodating.
Yep.
And this venue, this space, all the equipment making it possible. It's nice to just grow the family a little bit each year. And we mentioned like logistics and hotels and stuff. On the topic, I think we'll end this segment with a funny little note. So we're staying at the Fairfield here in Santa Ana, and it's a pretty nice hotel. It's really affordable rates. They gave us a good deal because we're housing a lot of people there for about a week. And we were checking in, and the person checking us in just kind of kept looking at me as he was figuring everything out. And I was like, does he think our contract is weird or something? I don't know what's up. And he's like, what's the name of your show again? I was like, Tip of the Hats. He's like, yeah, I've seen that before. He's like, yeah, I've seen your show before.
Yeah.
I used to work at the Micro Center across the street, and I think they showed me Twitch, and I've totally seen your show before. So shout out to Pony over there at the Fairfield who has seen our show. If you're watching now, hi, bud. You're doing a great job. Speaking of great jobs, I think we're going to wrap up here and get ready to play some PUBG. Sean, I don't know about you, but I'm overdue for some 4-man from the LAN plus at home.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. All right, let's get into it. All right, Get a Whale, Mala, Jeff, thank you all so much. Viewers at home, thank you for joining and donating. Sean, thank you for continuing to put in so much work, even though you are at home and possibly the busiest you could ever be in your life right now. We really appreciate that you're still making time and putting in an effort, and looking forward to seeing you again, hopefully sooner than next Tip of the Hats. Maybe we'll have to figure out a trip here, have a little Budland. All right, folks, we're going to get out of your way for a bit and go get PUBG ready, and we'll be right back. You don't want to miss it.